Hi, what's up, everybody? Ronald Nzimora here, and this is video 9 of the 90-day to 1 million naira challenge. See, I'm tired of apologizing to you guys, so no apologies, okay? None today. All right, this is video 9. I know it's 3 days late, but hey, better late than never, right? So today's video is an update from where we stopped in video 8. And guys, don't worry, the good things are coming now, right? The best parts are coming now, because in video 10 we're going to start talking about our ads. We're going to start talking about running the ads. I'm going to be sharing with you guys exactly the things that we are going to be doing to bring in the money, because I'm sure that a lot of you are actually more concerned about the money. Are we really going to hit this 1 million naira in 90 days, right? And I can assure you that the answer is yes. Yes, we are going to hit 1 million naira selling this thing in 90 days. And so, part of how we are going to hit that 1 million naira over the next 90 days by the end of October is what I'm going to be sharing in today's video. So today we're going to be getting our hands dirty, right? We're going to be rolling in the mud of mathematics. That is, I don't know about you guys, but I hated maths growing up. I loved English. Like, my classmates from junior seminary, they still call me English master. Because when it was time to during exams, when it was time to write the English language exam, I would sleep the whole night while everybody was carrying their English textbooks and running around and trying to cram something for the next day's paper. I would just be sleeping. And they envied me so much, because I would go in there the next morning without having read anything and walk out with an A, while they would be there sweating through the night and struggling to get a C, right? But where English was my tough, guess what was my nemesis? Mathematics. Like, freaking hated that stuff. Okay, and I managed to pass it for the WAEC so that I could get into school. Barely managed to pass it. Barely managed to get a C6. They call it the let my people go results, right? So the mathematics that I do these days is just counting money. Okay, so we're going to be counting money today. But before we get to that part, I just want to share with you guys what I've been up to. So now I have a book title. It has been quite hard for me to actually settle on a title, but we're settling for this. So our title is Get Me Married, and we literally just came up with this title right now. My friend Grace Allow basically gave me this title, and I loved it, because what I wanted to use before now was get him and marry him, right? I really wasn't happy with that, with it. I really didn't like it so much, but it was the best I could come up with, and I didn't want to keep wasting time on it. The reason why I've not actually shot the video in the last 2 3 days was because I was struggling to come up with the title for the book itself, because I needed the title for the website, because I need to register the website, right? So here I was already deciding to go with get him and marry him, and she walks in and she says, "Hey, let's call it get me married." And I'm like, sometimes some people are smarter than I am, right? So that's cool. So we're going with Get Me Married, okay? And our subtitle is How to Attract the Man of Your Dreams, Receive an Engagement Ring, and Get Married in 12 months or less. All right. So this is the beginning of our sales letter. So our headline is How to Attract the Man of Your Dreams, Receive an Engagement Ring, Get Married in 12 months or less, of course. A proven step-by-step plan for going from single to married, no matter how many heartbreaks and quashed dreams you've had in the past. So that's our sub headline, right? So So that's what we're going for. So now that we have a title and we have a subtitle and we have a headline, the next thing that I'm going to be doing is registering the domain name. Okay, so now if you want to register a domain name, there are several ways you can do that. I always do that using Namecheap. Okay, I use Namecheap every single time for my domain names. That's the reason why all of my domain names are inside one place. All right, and I can manage it. I can edit and do whatever it is that I want to do. Right. So I use Namecheap. My friend Otumbake Alabi likes using 007names .com. Some people use other name registrars. Now the point is, it really doesn't matter so much who you use. Okay, I don't favor local companies for registering domain names because I like keeping my things abroad. I'm the sort of person that likes what I call the three flag theory. Right. Now, here's what the three flag theory means. What it means is that you don't keep all your assets under one domain. You don't keep all of your life assets under one authority, right? So, in the three flag theory is actually used by a lot of people who high net worth people, right? And what they do is they do business in one country, their bank accounts are in a different country, their assets are in a third country. That's why it's called three flags, right? So in our case, and in my case, everything that I do for my business is done abroad. We do it abroad. All of the foreign currency that we earn, we keep it in a bank abroad. We don't bring it to Nigeria. There's no need to bring it to Nigeria. So that in case Nigeria blows up, you people that are going to fight Charlie Boy in Wuse Market, so that if Nigeria blows up, right, all I need to do is to get myself and my family across the border and I'm home free. Okay. So 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 any foreign currency we earn stays outside. We didn't earn it here, so we mustn't bring it back here. All right. The ones we earn within the country can stay within the country, no problem. Right? So that's one flag. Then my business assets are in a different country. Now, our money assets are not in the same countries with our business assets, mind you. Our money assets are in a totally different country. Our business assets, like our domain names, our hosting companies, are in a different country. And then we physically live in a different country. So the three flag theory. Another reason, because what I just explained to you now is the rich people's reason, right? So let's talk about the small guy's reason for not wanting to use Nigerian domain name registrars. What most Nigerian domain name registrars do is that they tell you, you know what, we're going to give you a free domain name just by hosting with us. Don't do it. Guys, let me repeat it again. Do not do it. Do not take that offer. It is an enticing offer because, after all, you are saving money on the domain name, right? How much is the domain name? The domain name is anywhere between 4 and 5,000 naira, give or take. You're saving money on that domain name. But if you do that, my friends, that will be a very big mistake. And let me explain why. When somebody gives you a free domain name just for buying hosting with them, guess what you have done? You have given them the rights to your name because they will register their domain name under their own name, under their own account. It is their name, it is not yours. Right? So it's like buying land and somebody says, hey, you know what? I'm going to give you a free address if you buy land from me. Right? I'm going to give you a free address if you or rather if I'm going to give you a free house if you buy land from me. So buy land from me and get a free house. and you think, damn, that must be a good deal, right? Yeah, that must be a good deal. Okay, yeah, you buy the land, which is like your hosting space, and he gives you the free house. But in this case, the house is in his name. Okay, any day he doesn't want you to live in the house again, yes, it is your land, but he can come and knock down your house, and that's it. Because if your domain name registrar blocks your domain name, your hosting space is absolutely useless, totally useless. Okay, so make sure that you register your domain names by yourself. And to show you how crafty these guys are, the reason why they do that for you is because they know that maybe out of 1,000 people that actually got hosting from them in exchange for free domain names, one person is going to get really, really serious and develop that domain name and make it very, very valuable. And then immediately it is valuable, they are going to take it over and throw that person to the curb. So you have basically spent all your time, all your money developing something to become valuable, only for somebody to take it, and they can take it because it is registered in their name and not your name, right? Because if the domain name is not valuable, why are they not saying something like, buy the domain name from us and we'll give you hosting for free? They're not doing that because they know that you can get hosting anywhere. The more important thing is the domain name. You can point your domain name towards any hosting you like. It doesn't matter. If you own your domain name, it is your own, right? So guys, make sure you don't fall for that offer. Okay, it looks enticing, but it is a trap. It is a death trap, actually. All right, so register your domain name somewhere else, and also do not buy hosting from the same people you buy your domain name from. The reason is because sometimes these guys issues happen, tech issues happen. You can't run away from it. As long as you are dealing with technology, issues are going to come up. Sometimes servers are down, sometimes some things happen and you can't access your domain name. So if you buy your domain name from the same people that you buy your hosting from, if something happens to the company and knocks out the company's servers for 24 hours, for example, that means that your site is not going to be accessible for 24 hours because your domain name and your hosting is pointed to the same place. And this is especially for domain names. So make sure that you separate what you do. So you can register your domain name on Namecheap. With Namecheap, registration of domain names is about $10. Okay, and they have a free coupon code that will knock down the price by about another $1 for you every month. So just search for Namecheap coupon code for whatever month we are in currently, and you're going to see the coupon for that month. So it's going to deduct $1.10 or 20 cents thereabouts from the price for you if you're using Namecheap to register. Now, other guys, people like 007 names, may also have their own coupon codes. I don't know. I'm sure about Namecheap because Namecheap is what I use. So now you can use Namecheap to register your domain name and then use another hosting company to register your domain name. Please, my people, do not register your domain names with GoDaddy. GoDaddy is going to wake up one day and shut down your account for the flimsiest of reasons. Trust me, everything that I tell you from experience. Do not use GoDaddy. Or you know what? Because some of you don't ever listen. You are blocked. So go ahead and use GoDaddy. When they ban your accounts, that's your business. So use Namecheap or use 007 names or any other domain name registrar. Register your domain name, and then you can buy hosting from anywhere. You can buy hosting from a Nigerian hosting company. It doesn't matter. You can buy from Google Hosts if you like. Why you want to buy hosting from Nigerian hosting companies is because you are paying in advance for 1 year and it's cheap. I don't use a Nigerian hosting company, okay, for the reasons that I gave earlier. I use a foreign hosting company and I pay $50 every month, right? So I pay $20,000, I pay $60 every month actually. So I pay 24,000 Naira equivalent every single month for my hosting space. That is what I pay every month for my hosting. Okay, I don't want you to do that. With 12,000 naira, you can pay for 1 full year of hosting if you use Google Host for your hosting. Okay, so Google Host is a very cool um, domain hosting server solution for your company. All right, and they give you a lot of server space. I think 12,000 naira is going to get you 10 gig or 9 gig or 6 gig, something. Anyway, just go to googlehost.com so you can register with them. Okay, if you want to do the big boy level like we do and pay every month, if you have the funds for that and you don't mind paying every month, then use Liquid Web. Okay, by the way, I'm an affiliate to any two of these sites, so in case you want me to earn some money from your purchase, you can let me know and I will forward you our affiliate links so that you can use our affiliate links to sign up to these guys. So I can forward you an affiliate link for Namecheap, an affiliate link for Liquid Web, which is the hosting company that we use if you want to pay monthly, or an affiliate link for Google Host, which is the local hosting company that we recommend. Okay, I know the guys who run Google Host. I know them. They're cool guys and they do well. Now, another person you can use if you don't want to use Google Host is you can use Catherine Mayokun. She's a member of the Celebrant Society. She runs Swiftem. I think it's Swiftem Technologies. They also provide hosting. So shout out to you, Catherine, if you're watching this. I know you do a fantastic job. Okay, maybe you should make me your affiliate so I can be recommending you to other people. Okay, because I like earning money, right? So that's it for registering domain names. And so let me show you guys. Let me show you. Um, Let me show you Liquid Web in case you want to use Liquid Web. If you want to use Liquid Web, so this is liquid, liquid like water, right? Then web.com. Okay, so all right, let's see. Seems our connection is a bit slow, so it's taking its time to come up, but it's going to come up. It's going to come up, so nothing to fear. Let's refresh that. Okay, so basically, my internet is slow, which is actually surprising. But basically, this is what it is. Liquid Web is one of the best solutions, web hosting solutions in the market. Solid, their customer service solid. They respond to you within an hour if you send them a customer support ticket. If you want to call them, you can talk to them directly. Superb guys. I can't recommend them enough. If you have the funds to pay monthly, otherwise, just use Swiftem Technologies. Contact Catherine Mayokun in the Celebrant Society. She's going to hook you up. She's going to take care of you. Or you can use Google Host. All right. So that's it. So let's see who go hosts. All right, it's coming up. All right, so basically that's that for the domain names and the hosting server space. So now we're going to talk mathematics. All right, we're going to talk maths. We're going to start discussing how to So if you're buying from Google Host, you're going to host it, not domains, right? So now let's talk mathematics, right? So how do we hit our goal of $1 million? Because I like planning out things in advance. Okay, so how do we hit our goal of making 1 million naira? So let me open up this. So 1 million naira goal in 90 days. Now, of course, today is the 16th of May, so we're 16 days into our 90 days. It's 16th of August, sorry. We're already 16 days into our 90 days, so we actually don't have 90 days anymore. We have 76 days. We have 74 days. Am I correct? 74 days. So how do we hit $1 million in 74 days, right? Now, one thing that I have learned over time is how to eat an elephant, so to say. So how do you eat an elephant? You start with one bite at a time. Okay, if you let the size of an elephant intimidate you, you cannot finish eating it. Okay, but if you just know in your mind that to eat and finish eating an elephant, all you just simply need to do is to start with one bite, right? And you just each time you're hungry, you come back and collect another bite. Okay, before you know it, 2 months, 3 months, you will have finished consuming one entire elephant, and then you can go and brag and say, "Yeah, I finished eating an elephant all alone." So, and that's the same mindset you have to apply to um, the big goals and the big tasks that you have. Okay, so in 76, 74 days, right? So this is my calculator. How much do we need to make in 74 days to hit 1 million naira? So I'm dividing 1 million by 74. So we need to make 13,513.5 naira. So rounding it up to the nearest decimal is going to be 13,514 naira. That's what we need to make every day for the next 74 days so that we can hit 1 million naira. So you see, now it doesn't sound so terrifying anymore. It doesn't sound so big. All I simply need to do is to make sure that I sell 13,500 naira worth of products every day to hit my goal of 1 million naira for the next 74 days. Right? Now that's cool. So now we need to make 13,514 naira every day, okay, to hit our goal. Nice, fantastic. Okay, so how do we easily hit this 13,514 naira? How many sales do I need to make? And this is where you guys need to pay attention, right? Because many of you make a lot of mistakes in your pricing. Okay, now I said in an earlier video that our product is going to be what? It's going to be an ebook plus the audio version of that book. Why am I adding an audio version? If I like, I'll put video. In fact, I'm going to do a video version of the book too. The reason is because I want to raise the perceived value of the product. So instead of just giving them an ebook, okay, I'm telling them you are going to get an ebook plus the audio plus the video version of the book. So the video version can be me interviewing Grace about, because I know she's very, very good with that topic. So I'm going to be interviewing her and I'm going to be saying, okay, so let's talk about women and marriage and issues that single women face when they try to get married, right? So that's a video, and we call it Conversations with Nigeria's Foremost Relationship and Marriage Experts. Okay, so I can interview her, and then I can also interview another member of the Celebrate Society, right? Mommy Mojupe Hearing, okay, and talk about what to expect when you get married. Okay, 10 things. I think she has some course called 10 things to expect. But I could go to her and I'm going to say, Mommy, can I do an interview with you? And which I'm in fact going to do, by the way. So we're going to have two videos, right? So we're going to have two videos plus an audio version of the book plus the ebook version. So now the value is high. The value is high, right? So, okay, so that when I'm giving them a price for it, it is justifiable. Because I don't want to sell this ebook for 2,000 naira. Because if I, for example, if I price it for $1,000, how many do I need to sell to make 1 million naira? So if I price it for 1,000, right? I need to sell 1,000 copies to be able to make 1,000 naira. If I sell it for 2,000 naira, how many do I need to sell? I need to sell 500 copies to make 1 million naira. Okay, you might remember I don't have 90 days anymore. I have only 74 days. Okay, I've lost 16 days already that I should actually already have been selling. That I should already have been selling, right? So I've lost that those 16 days and I can't recover them again. Okay, so I need to sell 1,000 copies in 74 days for 1,000 naira to be able to make a million naira. If I'm selling for 2,000, I need to sell 500 copies in 74 days. Okay. Now, which one do you think is easier to do? Sell 1,000 copies or sell 500? Which one do you guys think is easier? Of course, you know that selling 500 is going to be far easier than selling 1,000 copies, despite the fact that it is double the price. Okay, now, but let's do something else, right? So let's do this, okay? So let's sell it for 3,000 naira. How many do we need to sell at 3,000 to make 1 million naira? We need to sell 334,000. We need to sell 334 copies. So at 3,000 naira to be able to make $1 million, right? Am I correct? Let me bring up my trusty calculator again. You know, because they say that assumption makes you an ass. Yeah, and if you look at the spelling of assumption, the word ass is in there somewhere. So I guess that's true. So so that's 1 million divided by 3,000 divided by 3,000. Yeah, I'm correct. 333.3333. So 334 copies is what you need to sell at 3,000 naira to make $1 million. Okay, so it's easier to sell 334 copies of something than to sell 500 copies of it. Who agrees with me? Do you guys agree with me? All right. Now, okay, well, so what if we inch up a little tiny bit and go to 35, right? So let's go to 35. So how many copies do we need to sell to make 1 million naira at 3,500 at the price of 3,500? So let's go back to our trusty calculator once again. So 1 million divided by 3,500 is how much? 285.7. So that's 286 when you round it up to the nearest whole number. Okay, 286 copies. So that's what I need at 3.5. Okay, so now I love this, right? I'm going to sell. I want to sell it at 3.5. I think that selling an ebook plus audio plus video at 3.5 is a very good bargain, a very solid bargain for whoever is buying it. Okay, so and of course selling 286 copies in 74 days is going to be far easier than selling 1,000 copies in 74 days. I'm sure you guys agree with that. Okay, so now I have my figures, and I now know that my goal is to sell 286 copies of this book over the next 74 days to be able to hit a million naira. So how many do I need to sell per day? So 286 divided by 74 days. So that gives me 3.86. So I need to sell 4 copies every day to hit my number of 286 copies. So every day for the next 74 days, I need to sell at least 4 copies. So if I write a really good sales letter, okay, which is pretty easy for me, I'm a copywriter, so I already know what to write. All I need to do is to sell 4 copies every day for the next 74 days, and I'm going to hit a million naira. So all I need to do is write a sales letter that has at least a 4% conversion. So all I need to do every day is to drive 100 people to the website, and only 4 of them buys. Now, do you guys see this, the genius in doing this mathematics? Now, I'm not worried so much about getting a million people to buy the first day. All I know is that for the next 74 days, every day, I simply need to sell 4 copies per day. And if my sales letter converts at 4%, and I'm sure my sales letter is going to convert at more than 4%, I'm sure of that. But let's assume that, it's so terrible a sales letter, I don't even know how to write, I'm so terrible at sales copy. So it converts at 4%, just 4%. All I need to do is to get 100 people visiting that website, clicking through, and I'll get 4 sales. All I need is 4% of that 100, 4 sales every day. That is all I need. And and that way I am sure for certain that come rain, come shine, as long as I send 100 people to my site that converts at 4%, 4 people are going to buy it. And if I do that every day for 74 days, I'm going to have 1 million naira in the bank. So that's how it's done, guys. I'm going to see you guys in the next video, and I hope you've learned so much from my mathematics today about pricing and about breaking these things down into bite-sized pieces. So thank you guys for watching, and let me know what you think about today's video. Drop your comments, and I'll see you in video day 10. Ciao.